Listen, alcohol is just out in 2024. There is a rising trend of going alcohol-free or being sober curious, and alcohol, the truth is, it's just bad for you and can famously impair your sex life. So if you're looking for another way to unwind, relax, or just have fun, I cannot recommend Via's THC gummies enough. Via has gummies for every occasion. Whether it's to improve your sleep, I love their sleep gummies. I take them everywhere. Your mood or your focus. They even have an aphrodisiac gummy called High Love to boost my arousal levels. High Love has a unique blend of cannabinoids and aphrodisiac exotic herbs that are known for their libido enhancing effects. So I've been using Via for a while now, and I absolutely love them. They're a super trusted company. They use premium hemp, natural ingredients, and they're known for their premium indoor THCA flower. All their products are made here in the US. They got quick and discreet shipping to all 50 states, so you can all enjoy them, not to worry. And also super affordable. So head over to viahemp.com and use code Emily at checkout to save 15% off your order. That's VIIAHEMP.com. Use code Emily at checkout for 15% off your order and let me know what you think. Hey everyone, thanks for listening to Sex with Emily. Today's show, I'm joined by renowned erotic photographer and director Holly Randall. She's host of the Playboy TV series Adult Film School, which helps couples live out their real-life sexual fantasies. She's here to talk erotica, fantasies, and why confidence is the sexiest thing anyone can wear, and how you can get it. Thanks for listening. Okay, you know I'm always saying how important it is to mix things up in the bedroom. Well, Hustler Hollywood stores should be your main destination for the best toys, erotica, the sexiest lingerie, and most of all, the easiest way to find the answers you've been looking for on how to enhance your sex life. Because I'm always saying spice it up, talk to your partner. People are like, we can't talk about this. So just go to a store, have a date night, check it out. There is everything in this store that could fulfill your fantasies. There is one in Hollywood. There are 12 stores around the country. You got to check them out. And it's unlike other adult novelty stores. They turn shopping for sex toys into an enjoyable and enlightening experience. I've been very enlightened there, I have to say. Each store is filled with attractive displays, and they have great staff, and they help you find the toys you want. And and if you're not sure where there is a Hustler store near you, you should visit hustlerhollywoodstores.com. Find your local Hustler Hollywood location. Here's the best part. They love my Sex with Emily listeners. So all you got to do to make your sex life better is they're offering a 20% discount if you mention Sex with Emily at checkout. In the words of Hustler, sex is free. We sell the accessories. So mention Sex with Emily, get 20% off all your sexy purchases. Happy shopping.
Into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by sex. Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day.
Hey, Emily, you got a boyfriend? Because my man E here, he just got his heart broken. He thinks you're kind of cute.
A girl's got to have her standards. Oh, my.
Do women know about shrinkage?
Isn't it common knowledge?
What do you mean, like laundry? It shrinks?
Can we not talk about sex so much?
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, it feels so good.
Being bad feels pretty good. Well, you know, Emily's not the kind of girl you just play with.
To Sex with Emily. We're talking about sex, relationships, and everything in between. For more information, go to sexwithemily.com where you can check out all our podcasts, sign up for our mailing list. We're updating it every single day. And you can learn, if you're not always able to listen to the podcast, I promise you're going to find a lot to read on our website and videos, and also on social media. We're always tweeting out, interesting articles and things that we've written, quotes, stuff like that you will like and change your life. That is all on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, Sex with Emily. And I'm here with the lovely Menace, who I miss terribly.
What's going on? I know.
It's so
I feel
sad.
like I haven't been here in a while.
You haven't. We haven't. I don't even know what the hell is going on with you.
You're the one that's all over the place.
Everyone says that, but you're all over the place. But you're only in Las Vegas. But you and Disneyland. But that's cool. You're all over.
I know. How's your life going? What's going on?
It's been good. I think, where was I on my dating scale last time we saw each other? I was starting to do Hinge and all that.
You were, you were casually dating Mystery Man that you would not tell me about.
Done. Over.
Oh, already?
Oh, yeah. That's
I had so much hope for that one.
Why? Why would you have hope for that one out of all the casual mystery men I've dated in 10 years?
I think it's weird. I thought that you might be the one woman that would change, but you won't change. So forget it.
Honey, I think that too. And you know what? It's funny you say that. I am changing. Here's the thing. I don't think we all change that much.
Yeah.
I think we learn to accept who we are, and we learn to adapt to our challenges that we have in life, and whatever struggles we have, or whatever it is that presents themselves in our life as issues or challenges or where we want to grow. I'm always going to be me. So, for example, in relationships, I've never been looking for that traditional relationship
Ever since I've known you.
right, but I'm also open to now I'm proactively dating, which I've never done before, because I realized that what I did was I always dated people who, I always met a lot of guys ask me out, let's just go out, and I felt like I was reactively dating. I wasn't proactively dating. I was just kind of like, yeah, I'll go with you. I met you at the bar. I'll go. My friend Andrew used to joke with me. He's like, Emily, I swear to God, you're like at a party, you trip over some guy and he's your boyfriend for 2 years.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what was happening to me. So now how I'm changing is that I'm proactively choosing rather than just saying, oh, I met these few guys asked me out, I'll go out with them, I'll pick one, So I'm like, just telling people I'm single, meeting guys, giving them, going out with them, and also doing a little bit of online dating, which is a full-time job, which I don't have time for because I already have two.
So now you're on Hinge, and that's works through people that you know, right?
It's like Facebook. I mean, it's like Tinder. However, you have to have a mutual friend in common.
Okay. Kind of like LinkedIn.
Yeah, kind of like LinkedIn. Remember they started that LinkedIn dating site?
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
I didn't know about
they
that.
did. I don't know how well it went along, but
Apparently,
it's been fun.
I
But,
would have heard about it if it did well.
yeah, that's true. I guess it didn't do that well. So yeah, it's just been fun. I've been going out, just trying to go out more and have a good time.
Cool.
And been traveling, and where have I been? I'm trying to think since I saw you. I did that huge Israel and all that stuff, but right now I'm in town. What about you?
Just extremely busy here in Los Angeles doing the morning show, and a lot of Sex with Emily listeners listen to the morning show that I'm on called The Woody Show.
Right.
It's also on iTunes. Just search out The Woody Show. But it's like I'm cross-promoting all the time. I shout you out on the show when, anytime sex talk comes up, I go, oh, well, Emily from Sex with Emily says, so I give you a shout out. So I was actually on iTunes, and I was working on a couple things, and I look and I see that you are in the top 250 podcasts
Shut up.
in all of iTunes.
Are you serious?
iTunes. Do you know how crazy that is? Do you know how many podcasts there is?
Wait, dude, when? Since when? I did not know that.
I just checked the other day.
And not in
into-
health, but in all podcasts.
In all podcasts, it's in the top 250.
Dude, there's 200,000 podcasts.
Yeah.
Oh my
Insane,
God.
right? So
I had
thank
no
you,
idea.
everyone that listens.
I love you. I love you all. And that's just, I could cry. That's amazing.
That's crazy.
Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Keep on rating and reviewing. If you listen to the podcast, please. That's the least you can do. I don't want to shame you or guilt trip you into it, but it does cost money out of Emily's pocket just to even put this together.
Exactly.
It's okay. You can
I'm
have
eating
some
a
of that
brownie.
brownie.
You guys, I'm
Go
really
ahead.
hungry. I'm eating a brownie.
We can
and I'm
totally
sorry if
hear
it's
it, so
loud.
just go ahead and eat it. So the thing is just that's just the least you can do. Just go to iTunes, rate it, give it 5 stars, please, and then just write a comment in there because that actually helps us, and then that
helps us.
Yeah,
Okay,
and it helps the show
be
going.
cool.
But I was just so impressed. I couldn't believe it because I go, you know what? I'm gonna look in what is the top podcast, and I was scrolling down and I saw Sex with Emily right up there. I was like, holy ish.
dude, let's do a screen grab. That's amazing. What number am I?
I think, it's not 250, maybe 263 or something like that.
Okay, but so that's not 250, but that's top
But
300.
geez,
I know.
You don't understand. Hundreds of thousands of podcasts are out there.
I know. And people,
I'm not saying that you're a pioneer, but you have been a pioneer in podcasting since it was, before it was popular. Now it's
everybody's got a podcast.
Everybody and their mom has a podcast.
Everybody.
Cats even have podcasts these days.
It's true.
But it's just amazing that you've kept this up over the years, and you started out before anyone was like, oh, what's a podcast? I don't understand how that even works. How do you even download it? How do you listen to it? Now it's so easy to listen to podcasts, and you can get it so many different ways.
I know. It's crazy. I feel like it's just exploded. I think Serial, that was a big thing on NPR, but I also think, it was 2005 that I started. It was the first year podcasting was starting, and people still don't know what the hell it is, but they're knowing more and more how to listen. And it's really easy. You could download the Podcast One app, and if you have iTunes on your phone, There's a podcast app that comes along with it for free, or Stitcher,
Yeah.
whatever. And it's so easy. You just stream it. And
It's
I tell people this
crazy.
all the time. I'm like, grab their phones. I'm like, this is easy.
Props to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've been holding that in to tell you here on the show.
I appreciate that. Well, you've been with me along the way. And Menace,
Yeah,
you've
I
always
think your brother and I have been the only consistent man in your life ever.
That's true. Actually,
For
you're my
real.
longest relationship next
Yeah,
to my
I know,
brother.
right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you drive me crazy, but
I
it's all
know.
good.
Oh, I'm so touched. I need to take a moment. It's really
Yeah,
nice.
so okay, let's go back to dating where people
Okay.
actually give it F about. So, okay, you dropped the casual guy.
I dropped the
It's
casual
over.
guy. I mean, we dropped
Can
it
you tell
together.
what-
We're friends.
Oh, so
No, it's
see,
like-
you always keep him in the friend zone. You backburner every single guy that you date. So he's in there. I can only think of one. I don't want to get into it because I always cut it out of the podcast when you delve deep into it. But I can only think of like one relationship that you've been in where it ended badly and you don't talk to them. And
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I don't want to go into it. But the thing is, every other one, you're like cool with them. You hang out with them. You go on freaking vacations with new boyfriends, with ex-boyfriends.
Exactly. And I think you're going to appreciate it because this guy's the same way. Like, I feel like he and I are going to be best friends in like 3 months.
Oh my God.
I
Oh
know.
wait, so there's like a weird thing like
No, we
I don't
actually
wanna hang
saw each
out
other the other
anymore?
night, but we're not
Okay.
having sex. We're just friends, and I adore him. I really do. And the truth is that, you know, moving to LA has been it's been 2.5 years now. But I was in San Francisco for 20, so making new friends, and I don't meet that many people that I think are awesome. Because it's hard just to connect. You don't connect with every single person, and I don't have a lot of time. And so I really do want to be friends with him. And I think we just want different things. But yeah, you're right. I really am friends. I think, you know, one of my best friends here is an ex from years ago, the one you used to call the used car salesman, which he
Well,
is
you
now.
look like a used car salesman.
He was wearing a suit.
Didn't he have a pinky ring?
No, no. And he did not have a pinky ring.
He had like some weird cheesy gold ring, and then he was wearing a suit
Dude,
and slick back hair.
All he was
looked
doing
like
was wearing a suit. He would not wear jewelry. And you know what? It's so cool about staying friends with exes, which is why I think if you can preserve a relationship, I get a lot of them end really ugly, but you share something with them. You're with them. You're close. Why not continue the friendship? It's good to have good male friends. And I actually, the ex here, the one from the used car salesman, has a new girlfriend, and I can't wait to meet her. Invited to my birthday party, the whole thing. You're right. I am friends with the exes. It's a good time.
It's crazy.
I
So
know.
okay, now you have a new friend.
I have a new, a new friend.
The electronic friend that we talked about last time was the Sibian. What's going on with that?
Oh my God, dude, it's still.
What?
I have to set it up. It's in my garage still. Will you come over?
Do I have to come over and set that up?
Just like my T cable.
Yeah.
I know. We were doing the
I
Bravo
set up
show.
your cable and your Sibians.
You did. Will you do that?
Yeah.
It'd be good. We could shoot a video. It's funny because there's a video on my YouTube channel, which I am growing. It's Sex with Emily, so you should check it out. I hadn't had television in 20 years, and we were on a Bravo reality show called Misadvised, which is awesome. You can download it. And they made me get a TV. They're like, how the hell can you be on a reality show
Yeah.
that you've never seen anything on our network? So I called Menace. I'm like, 911. But the worst part was, like, even after that, I could never turn it on and off. And I'd be like, Menace. And then I had to write a sticker on the remote. That was a good time.
Yeah.
Those
little
things are-
notes.
I sound like your grandmother right now. Like, but TVs are hard.
Oh, it's hard stuff. Oh, I had to set up my dad's, all his stuff.
Right,
recently.
see? I sound like your dad. I know. It's so true.
Do you know what's crazy? Speaking of reality TVs, just recently, LA's so insane. You
I
never
know.
know who you're going to run to, who you're going to talk to. And I was at the House of Blues, which is what's on Sunset Boulevard here in Los Angeles, which is shutting down, which is really sad.
I know, it's really sad.
So I wanted to go before it shut down. And I had some friends who manage her part of some band, you know, whatever. So I'm backstage and I'm talking with them. And then here comes all these TV cameras. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird, you know? And then my friend told me, like, oh, they're shooting Dash Dolls right now, the Kim Kardashian spin-off show.
No way.
And then I go, oh, okay, that's cool. And then so I go and I sit down in VIP and I'm watching the band, and then all the Dash Doll girls come sit at my table. And they're like shooting all the stuff.
Oh my God.
So
You'll
then
be
they
on-
made me sign paperwork. So
Right, you're like, I know this drill.
You might see me on the show,
You
like
love
probably
the
for like a
Kardashians.
frame.
Like years
or
ago,
something.
you were talking on the show. Like, are you really gonna talk about the Kardashians?
Yeah.
People still send emails because they listen to the old shows all the time. Like, do you talk about the Kardashians? We talked about it like 3
dude,
times.
I'm sorry. Only millions of people are into the Kardashians. I'm sorry that you are too cool for school.
It's not too cool.
You know, you can't. It's
We're about sex.
It's unavoidable if you turn on the television or radio or go on the internet.
I hear you. They're everywhere. It's not like I don't know who they are. My niece is here right now from Michigan, right?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
All she wanted to do is go to Dash.
Oh, really? Nice.
I'm like, we'll walk in, we'll
You should just had me take her.
Dude, really? Can you take her places? She's still here. Okay, I think we have to welcome our guest.
Okay, cool.
Holly Randall, welcome to the
what's
show.
up, Holly?
Thank
How
you so
doing?
much. I'm
Thank
good.
you
How are
so much for being here. We already gave you a little intro here. But Holly Randall, she's the daughter of legendary erotic photographer Susie Randall. Is it Suze?
It's Suze, yeah.
Suze Randall. And you've shot the cover of almost every major men's magazine, which
That's
is
right, yeah.
quite
Wow.
a feat.
Yeah.
Playboy, Penthouse. I mean, you've been doing photography, but now you're also directing, correct?
Yes.
And you were nominated for an XBiz Award in 2014, Best Photo Site.
Yes, that's
And
right.
it's all at hollyrandall.com. And right now, I love that you're the host of the Playboy TV's Adult Film School.
Yes.
That is amazing. I love the concept of that show because we're always talking on the show. And this, I already said that's Menace, right? I'm just trying to be polite. I'm like at a party, like, hey, you guys all met? You know Madison here? You know,
Yeah.
that I'm always telling couples, you know, exchange bucket lists or talk about your sexual fantasy. And it can be so hard for couples in long-term relationships. And I think like the service of this show, like helping couples make their own sex tape and living out their own fantasies is a great concept.
Yeah, what I really love about the show is that it's this opportunity that I have to give these couples this amazing experience, and especially the women too, you know, because we take them through the entire transformation of the makeup and the hair and the wardrobe and the styling, and we build a set, and it's all, you know, attuned to the specific fantasy that they request from us. So for them to really see this whole transformation that they get to go through, like the professionals do, and then these girls get to see themselves in a totally different light, you know, like,
And they feel the confidence.
they feel confident, they feel sexy, and they emanate that, and then, you know, their husband or their boyfriend picks up on that, and then it really just kind of like snowballs from there, and it's just a great experience.
And I think, yeah, it is a great experience. But I would think that it would be so inspiring too, hopefully, for women watching, because as we know, when, you know, low self-esteem, you know, lacking confidence, not feeling good about your body, like, is a huge killer of women's sex drive, their libido, the reason why they're not able to, you know, really have the sex life they want, they deserve. So I think that's super cool.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and, you know, like, there's so much smoke. I mean, we compare ourselves to, you know, what we see, like, in the media and what we see, you know, and online, especially, you know, with porn and that kind of thing. And so I think it was really great for these people to see themselves, like, kind of in that light, like, after, you know, they've gone through all of those pre-production steps, and they say, oh my God, you know, like, I can look amazing too. And I think also it helped them realize that, you know, that there is a lot of smoke and mirrors involved in all of this,
Right.
and that these girls don't necessarily look perfect, like,
They did
from
not
the
wake
get-go.
up like this.
Yes.
No, for somebody that hasn't seen the show, can you explain it? So
Sure.
it says film school. Does it teach you how to make a video, or what?
We definitely drop like little like nuggets of knowledge like here and there throughout
Good
the show.
lighting.
Yeah. Like we say, like, okay, you know, you can take what we're doing right here in the show and you can apply this at home, and let me explain this in a way that it would make sense at home. So, but basically the show is about taking amateur couples who want to make a professional sex tape, and they come to me and they send in their amateur one that they filmed at home, like on their smartphone or on their laptop or wherever they did it, and then I critique it, and we talk about how we could, you know, improve upon it. And then they tell me their fantasy, like what they want to act out, you know,
Like,
maybe.
what are some of them?
There was a fireman one, and that was actually really fun because what we did was we really made that one really playful and kind of hokey and cheesy, like in a purposely.
Right.
And so it was actually like really kind of funny. We had this whole like intro where we had the smoke machine and like basically the girls like dreaming on the bed because we didn't want to actually like make it seem like it was a dangerous situation, like it was actually a
Like, you
fire
didn't, like,
going on.
There was like pretend fire.
Yeah, right.
No smoke.
Yeah, so we really need to make sure that we played at the fantasy angle, like, because all women love firemen.
Right.
So the idea was that the girl was dreaming, and like in her dream, like this sexy fireman like burst through the door, like with this axe and like all this smoke behind him, and it was just this very dramatic entrance. And it was very hokey and cheesy, but it was really, really fun, and I think it was really fun for them to act that out and to have fun with it, and then obviously the fun leads to the sex, which is sexy.
Now,
so you know, it can be fun and it can be sexy.
Yeah.
Now, is it people that just want to make a video for their home use, or is it actually people that want to market it after they shoot something.
A couple of them had aspirations to maybe move on into the adult arena and do like adult movies, but most of them honestly were just like couples who just had kind of like a kinky side that they wanted to explore. A lot of them were married with kids, lived in like small towns in like the Midwest. I mean, you know, because we fly people from all over the U.S.
Right.
So most of them were really just honestly just real couples who just wanted to have this opportunity to make this, like, have this experience and make this incredible, beautiful product, like showing their love. And that's really the extent of it.
Right. I mean, I think that it can be really, you know, a great thing for couples to reconnect them if they've been together a long time as well. But then they're doing it on TV, so then everyone sees it. So I would think, but the message is, I guess, do it at home too. Like, live out your fantasies at home and figure out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, not everybody is comfortable going and having sex on TV, you know? Like,
not yet. I haven't
for
done it
everyone
yet.
to see. But, like, these people that are on the show are adventurous enough to do that. And then, like I said, you know, we talk about how you at home, who's watching the show but isn't necessarily going to, you know, cast for this show, how you can apply, you know, what we're doing right now to your tapes at home and how you can improve them.
That's cool. Are there any popular fantasies that keep coming? And you're like, really? Another one with the pizza guy? You know?
Let's see. There's a lot of like maid ones, like French maid, you know, because it's like a sexy outfit, and there's kind of like a role playing thing in there.
Right.
There was a couple of firemen ones, policemen.
Right.
A lot of ones where, you know, the familiar kind of typical ones, like schoolgirl, like the ones that I think that you and I.
But then do you like write a script for them, or are you like, do they follow a script, or it's more like, here's how it's going to go down? You're going to walk in, he's going to spank you, tell you right on the chalkboard, you know?
Yeah, we definitely don't do a script because, like, for me to ask them to like memorize lines.
You're going to be naked on camera, have sex, and you got to memorize.
Yeah, and you got to act. It's like it's too much for them, you know? So we try to make it as simple as possible and as fun as possible.
Well, I think it's great. And I have a quote. I was reading an interview that someone did with you, and I think it was a great quote. You said, "I'd like to be able to encourage women to open up and to embrace their sexual selves. After all, the sex drive is one of the most important and strongest motivations known to mankind. Its significance is profound, and it should not be ignored or feared," which so many people do. And that doesn't mean you need to believe in free love or screw every guy who comes your way. It just means that you need to allow yourself to explore what drives you and allow yourself to give those needs consideration and respect. It's part of a well-balanced individual. So it's almost like saying this is a requirement because so many couples are struggling with their sex drives and staying connected after 6 months, 6 years, 20 years. And it's like, I mean, I almost think a lot of the monogamous sex or sex in general is in crisis in a lot of ways because couples don't know how to keep it going, and that's why I do my show. I try to help them, so I feel like that's the work that you're doing.
Especially too because people are just so afraid to even just talk about it. I mean, even just opening the lines of communication. I mean, that's the first step, you know.
And that's
the hardest
do you have
one.
any tip? Okay, because we've been doing this show for 10 years, and I've given a lot. I'm like, just talk to them. And then lately, this last year, I've just been thinking, it's not so easy. I'm always like, it's like ripping a Band-Aid off. But I mean, do you have any special tips for couples who've never talked about it, or just how to start breaking the ice, or things that have worked for them?
I think that maybe watching. I think actually this is
because you make porn as well, right?
Yeah. This is one of the reasons I think that like something like 50 Shades of Grey has been so successful because it's something that's mainstream enough that like you would go and watch it, in the theater. It's like a porn where like you wouldn't go watch it with your friends or your significant other. You wouldn't. Not something that you need to hide, but it also opens up, this whole other world that most people haven't explored. And I think that a lot of couples probably did go see that movie and then come back from that and think, these explored some interesting topics that, maybe you and I should think about. So I think that maybe something like that, like watching like a sexy movie that isn't necessarily a porno, like 50 Shades of Grey, or actually my favorite. I mean, if we're talking,
tell
like
me some good stuff
BDSM, like The Secretary is my favorite.
Secretary is such a good film.
But not everybody's into that.
Right.
Kind of
so
thing,
what else would you suggest that would be good for couples in the porn or some of the films you've made or, anything that you...
I mean, if you want to watch an actual like adult movie, I mean, there's a lot of like couple-friendly porn out there. I mean, it's just
right. I know there's so much. I'm just wondering if there's anything that you love. But
I love the stuff that. I mean, obviously, the stuff that I do is fantastic.
Right. Well, tell me about your favorite film that you've done. What's the one that you really love?
Well, actually, I just shot because normally I shoot. So I started off as a photographer, right, and then I actually taught myself how to shoot video and how to direct because I could see that that's where the industry was going. Because I've been doing this for 17 years.
Right, and you grew up with it in your home. Yeah, which is so interesting.
Exactly. So like I've been around it for a long time. So I saw it progress from way before the internet started, when it was just magazines and movies, and then the internet, the beginning of the internet, when really it was just photos because the technology wasn't good enough for video, and then video, the streaming got better, and so everyone wanted more and more video. So I was like, oh God, I better start doing video. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I better figure it out.
It's the best way to learn.
Yeah. So I just started shooting scenes. This is years ago, but still most people just know me as a photographer. A lot of people don't know that I actually shoot and direct video as well. So I just shot my first movie actually as a cohesive piece that's going to be, thank you, distributed through Adult DVD Empire, and that's called True Erotica. And so
True Erotica.
Yeah, so I would say that probably is one piece is kind of like my most current and proudest
Congratulations.
piece that I've
Can
done.
they find out more on hollyrandall.com? Or where would they find it?
We really following me on social media is the best way to get
social
the
media.
news on that.
Let's talk about your social media.
Twitter, it's very easy. I'm not famous or important enough for anyone wanting to pretend to be me. So pretty much if it says Holly Randall, it's probably me.
Okay.
So I'm just at Holly Randall on Twitter, at Holly Randall on Instagram.
Okay.
At Holly Randall 78 on Tumblr, and then I'm on Facebook as well.
Got it.
How did this go over in your personal life when you meet new people that they're not in the industry and you tell them what you do? I mean, Emily goes through that all the time.
I deal this daily.
Yeah.
But I'd like to hear.
It depends on who it is, right? So I kind of gauge who I'm talking to, like what I think they might or not may be cool with, what way they may not be. I'm lucky enough that I have a very broad spectrum of clients that I work for. So I shoot for everyone from Playboy, I shoot for Playboy Plus, all the way to like browsers. So I can if I'm shooting with somebody, if I'm talking to somebody who I think's like, Playboy is respectable to them, but anything a little bit more, then I'm just like, oh yeah, I shoot for Playboy, and then I don't mention the rest of the stuff. I just leave that part out, and then they're like, oh, that's so interesting,
Totally get it.
Or I just tell them I'm a glamour photographer, and I just shoot like model portfolios and pinups.
Yeah, but what about in your personal life though? In your personal life?
Are you in a relationship or are you dating?
I am.
Okay.
I am, yes.
So.
And he loves porn, so he has no problem with what I do.
He's like bonus.
Yeah, but how did that go when you first broke that to him, or?
Well, actually,
let's get to your house.
Meet him through work.
Yeah, I met him through work. I met him through the Playboy TV show.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he was a producer
that's
on the
good.
show.
I mean, because it can be a struggle. And I'm like, I give advice on relationships. Depends who I'm talking to.
Yeah, I think honestly, I always feel bad for men who work in the industry because I feel like they have a much harder time finding a woman who's understanding about them working in the industry than it is for a woman. I mean, honestly, I've never had a problem where I've dated a guy and he's like, you work in porn, I don't ever want to speak to you again. Like, I've never had that problem.
I don't think you will ever have that problem.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, really, let's hang out more.
Yeah, exactly. If anything,
like
it makes
second date now.
Me more interesting to people.
Yeah.
So
okay, so first we're gonna take a quick break and we're gonna come back and talk more about all the sexy stuff you do. But I need to talk about the fleshlight because. Do you know about the fleshlight? The #1 sex toy for men? Male masturbation stuff?
Are you kidding me? I've shot a whole bunch of their stuff, actually.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah, I worked with them a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so we love the fleshlight. Huge fan of fleshlight. And so have you shot them getting like the molds and stuff? Or you shoot their photography for their website?
The photography for the website and some of the box stuff. Like I shot like Jessie Jane, Tara Patrick, Riley Steele.
We live with them in our
Tegan
office.
Presley.
We live with your artwork in our office because if you come into our, we have the fleshlight boxes everywhere. That's awesome. So as you know, it is an amazing experience for men. If I had a penis, I would stay home all day with my fleshlight.
It's so funny because, every time I shoot for them, I get some samples, and my guy friends just they just steal them from me.
Right,
They're
same.
just like, oh my God, every guy I've given a fleshlight to just like loves them.
Right? And it's like, I don't know how, it's like, it's not like it's going to replace sex. It's not like it's going to replace your partner, but it feels different and amazing than sex. It's not, it's like the ridges inside, the ribs.
I've used it with my boyfriend, and it was a lot of fun.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's the hand job, man. It's the hand job movement we used to talk about years ago. I love hand
You
job.
were pushing that hand job.
I was like, I wasn't trying to replace the blowjob. I'm like, hand jobs are fun. And then the fleshlight makes it even a lot more fun. It's engineered to look and feel like the real deal. You can also get them that look like your favorite porn star. They have their vaginas molded. I was actually invited to Austin to one of the moldings recently, but I couldn't go. I really wanted to.
They have a beautiful place there.
I know. I'm gonna go soon. I definitely am. So yeah, you guys check it out. And I've heard from a lot of listeners, that have actually bought them and thanked me. And no one has said, why the hell did you make me buy a fleshlight? So I think it is your time. If you want to spice up your sex life, you want to last longer in bed, they have a stamina training unit. So check it out. Go to sexwithemily.com, Click on the Fleshlight banner, use coupon code Emily, and you get a free bottle of their award-winning Flesh Lube. Because what is a Fleshlight without some lube, right? What is life without lube? Are you kidding? Come on. I love lube. Okay, so you typically are shooting women then that are already in the industry, or do you do boudoir stuff? I mean, or do you do... It's mostly industry, people who are
It's mostly industry people, but I have had people hire me for boudoir shoots. I've shot like wives for husbands, for anniversary presents, for wedding presents and stuff like that.
Because I think it can be so great for empowering for women. Like we were talking about kind of how we started and saying just giving them confidence, stuff like that. So because if you don't have, you're always talking in the show about how to get the confidence, but I think it's a great tool, like just to look at yourself and to take it. How do you work with women in that? Like, do you kind of ask, is it kind of like a give and take? How do you feel about this? I mean, it's because it's a very intimate experience too when you're shooting someone.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I really obviously if they're hiring me to shoot them for their own personal use, then obviously, it's their say how they want to shoot, what they want to do. And everybody's different. Some people are very specific, have very specific ideas. Some people really don't have any idea what they want, and they want me to feed them ideas. And then, I give them ideas, and then they say what they like, what they don't like. So I think it's really important to make sure that, that they feel safe and they feel secure, and that we're shooting in like in a closed environment. Like I make sure that the location that I'm shooting at, like the owner is not a guy who's gonna like hang around or have like people over like coming in and out of the house. Like sometimes you get people that don't understand like that, it's kind of, we really just want to keep it intimate and keep people away. And so I take that into consideration. I make sure that, I get a really great makeup artist who's going to make them look good, but also going to make them feel good. Who's going to talk to them through the whole process. A lot of times, if the budget allows for it, I'll hire a clothing stylist too. And I'll ask the girl too before the shoot. I'll go, look, do you have any flaws or anything that you're concerned about that you want me to know about? Because all of us have something that we're insecure about.
Everybody has something.
Like maybe you like have a tummy you don't love. Maybe you don't want to show off your boobs too much, but you want to show off your butt, like whatever it is. And then we take that into consideration when we dress you. We can dress you in outfits that'll show off your boobs, but hide your tummy, like whatever it is that you need. So.
Right. Okay. Because I need some. Okay. So I've never taken. Well, so that back up. I did a boudoir shoot in San Francisco years ago. Do you remember this? It was a woman. She was a guest on the show, probably like 7 years ago. And she's like, "Oh, I'll do one for you," and it was cool. But I think I wasn't. I liked the pictures; they were great, the photos. But I don't think I was as maybe confident at the time. I mean, I don't know what, but I would love to do it again. And I do think that it was a good experience seeing myself in that light. Yeah. I mean, and definitely like talking to her first, or what accentuating the parts of yourself that you feel good about.
I think it was just like maybe some of the photos weren't really your style.
Yeah, yeah, it wasn't. I'd rather do something that was. Yeah. It was. Yeah, I think it's important. She wasn't my jam. It wasn't my.
I think it's important to incorporate what the person likes too, and also like especially when I work with new models. I always think it's a good idea to consider incorporating some kind of prop into the situation. For example, like a lot of girls, like when they're modeling, they don't know what to do with their hands. Like that's one like what do I do with my hands?
Give them a flashlight. No.
Yeah, I know, right? Give them a flashlight and it's a pose with flashlights. Right. But like say you're doing something like, I don't know, a really cute scenario where the girl's like riding a bike and then like, there's a basket of flowers and then she has flowers to hold and she can kind of play with the flowers.
That's smart. That's good.
Or something like that. But if you're shooting somebody who has very specific interests, and I'll ask girls this too, like when I shoot for Playboy, especially if I'm shooting like a Cyber Girl of the Month, like we might want to do a set that reflects like who you are as a person and what you're into and your hobbies. And especially if you're new, if you're doing something that's kind of, or we're incorporating a set or a look or a concept that's familiar to you, then it makes you feel a little bit more comfortable in that situation because you're like, this is what I do. Like, this is something that I own, and I'm going to photograph myself doing something that I own.
And I think that makes sense, too, because right now we all want to see everyone, everything's about reality. So seeing who they really are, not just in some pose that you've seen a million times, but really incorporating who they are, and then they'll feel more comfortable no matter, I guess, how experienced you are. Right. I think that's a good what's my word? That's a good tactic.
She's having a party tonight, so there's a lot on her mind.
No, my entire family's in town from Michigan, which is 6 people, and I'm having a birthday party. It's not my birthday today. It was last week. But anyway,
happy birthday. In a few hours. You. She's all stressed out.
I'm not stressed out. I'm just stressed out because my friend that I'm having with this stressed me out.
All right.
She wanted me there an hour earlier. I'm like, I'm not going. But I'm not going early. But,
okay, good.
So the other thing is, so what do you think about this whole like selfie thing? Everyone taking selfies or sending naked photos and that thing. I mean, first of all, what do you think about it? And then do you have any tips for me? Because I've never sent a naked photo to a guy. I've never done it. I don't even get it. And Madison here, my producer, she's always trying. She's like, just when you feel good, Emily, just look in the mirror, take a bunch of pictures. I'm like, I don't have time because I'm usually late. But like, what
Okay.
What's a good advice for that?
Well, good advice for selfies is, window light is like the best thing that you can use. And
natural
it's
light.
Funny, natural light. Window light is gorgeous because it's this big, like, diffused source of light. And it's funny because I see people do this all the time where they're trying to take a selfie in front of the window, right? But the thing is that the camera in the phone is going to automatically compensate for the brightest thing in the photo. The brightest thing is going to be the window behind you, so it's going to compensate for behind you, not you. So that's how you turn into a silhouette. But if you flip around so that the window's lighting you, so the phone is in front of your face and the window is behind the phone. Oh. So you're using the window to light you.
Just changed my entire life.
It will
That's all I needed to know.
Every time. It's just the best light and the catch light in the eyes. It's gorgeous. And usually actually the best window light is in cars. That's why you see people take pictures of themselves in cars all the time.
Right, because you got the sunlight coming in.
Yeah.
Okay,
The first one, the wrong way, is called backlighting.
Yeah,
right?
and unless you have a light in front that can balance out that backlight, which you don't.
What about like,
looks
is there
terrible.
certain ways like you're supposed to?
Well, obviously, like, okay, so anything about, if you were talking like portrait, like face shots, anything a little bit above eye level is best.
Right, that's what I think too.
Yeah, and also too, like, you want to make sure, you want to keep the phone is kind of as far away from your face as you can, because because it's a wide angle lens, and
Hence
so
the
the
selfie stick.
closer, exactly, the closer it is to you and your face, the more distorted you're gonna look.
Okay.
Because it's wide, so you want to get it as far away from your face, and that's.
I've been using a Olo clip. Do you know what those are? It's a lens. It's like a fisheye type lens that you can put onto your phone, and then, so you don't have a selfie stick that you're putting out forever. I've been
I want one.
using that one. That's why actually, I never post any selfies, but since there's been guests coming in lately, I've been using the Olo clip, and it's great.
Okay, good to know. I didn't know that. Okay. Thank you. Holly, so what else are you working on? Like, is there any next projects? Are you more interested in doing film now, or are you be doing more photography, or a little bit of everything?
Well, the thing is that the market is really going towards film. It's not really going towards photography.
No, I
I
guess
wish
it's
it was.
not.
I mean, in my heart, photography is still my first love, and
That's your
it's still the one thing that I will probably prefer. But I love shooting video, and I've improved a lot, and I've learned a lot, and so I'm shooting my second movie for Adult DVD Empire right now. So
good.
I've just shot the first half, and so I have the second half to shoot.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Now, what is if you could shoot like your fantasy sex scene? What would be yours if you felt like sharing that with us?
My own fantasy sex scene? Oh, man. Oh, gosh. I don't know. It's funny because I would say, like, it would probably be something on the beach or something at sunset. But it's funny because I think in my head, like, because I've shot stuff at sunset on the beach, and I'm thinking all of, like, the production problems that one would have. I'm thinking, like, oh, my God, like, the gnats come out at sunset.
Right.
And, like, the sand gets in your vagina.
Right.
And it, like,
Sex on the
grinds on
beach.
everything. And then, like, there's little, like, sand mites. And then it gets cold. And then I'm like, nah. So, like, I'm just thinking. So maybe something inside.
I've always had this one for years that people love. And
Tell
I go,
me.
no, not me, but one for you. And then you're always anti it. But I think you might turn around this time. So, like, years ago, I'm like, what's your ideal man? And I go, if you find a guy that's absolutely perfect, would you be with him? And I go, but there's one thing. He wants you to dress up as the Hamburglar from McDonald's. And then that's his only one thing, but he's perfect in every single way. And he's your dream man. Like, you'll get married to him, but he just wants to do that. And do you know what she said? She said that she wouldn't do it.
Okay.
Okay, no, you know what?
How often am I the
I'm
Hamburglar?
sort of like gonna defend you on that one, because like I don't care how perfect he is, but if you meet a guy who wants you to dress up as the Hamburglar, I feel like there's like underlying dark issues there that like need to be explored, and are just gonna like come out after like 20 years of marriage or something like that at like the worst time.
But check this out. It's crazy because I've been talking about this for years. And just recently, they updated the Hamburglar.
Dude, one of our longtime listeners,
serious?
Greg,
What do you
emailed me
mean
that.
So now he's like a hipster guy.
No, he just
And I think you would probably sleep with this guy if he was at the bar. You totally would. You totally would.
Wait,
one of our longtime listeners, Greg, shout out to Greg, he emails me all the time. He did send me that. He's like, check this out. The new let me see him. Maybe I'd bang him.
You would bang him. I know you would.
We should put
He looks like a hipster douchebag from San Francisco that you would always sleep with.
I thought I slept with used car salesmen.
That too.
I never slept with hipsters.
Wow.
Oh, he's cute.
See, I told you.
he's not a cartoon.
See, now you're turning around on it. See, now you're on
Okay,
board.
I'd bang that Hamburglar.
I don't know.
Wow.
There's sometimes you gotta draw the line. Maybe like, and how often was it? Was it once a year on his birthday? Okay, I would love if you would help me answer an email from one of my listeners.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go tune something real quick.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Where are you going? You're
keep
out.
on talking.
Okay. Hi, Emily. Thank you for a lot of your advice. I have recently discovered how to orgasm. Yay. The only thing is, I require porn to do so and have yet to discover how to orgasm without it. This wouldn't be an issue if it weren't for the fact that my partner now insists on putting some on whenever we're getting intimate. I know he's trying to be help, and I appreciate him wanting me to enjoy myself, but I can't help but noticing he will often end up focusing more on the porn than on me, which makes me feel a bit inadequate and insecure. Am I being unreasonable, and how do I get past this? Any help would be appreciated. Thanks, Stacy.
Wow.
What would you say to this?
Well, I mean, I think it's definitely not healthy to watch porn every time you have sex.
Or to do anything every
yeah,
right?
you should never do something every time you
Totally.
have sex. It sounds to me like maybe you need to create the excitement in the bedroom as opposed to on the TV. So it sounds like some kind of role-playing game.
Exactly.
Something different. Sometimes, maybe even it's something as simple as not going on vacation, but like renting a hotel room in your city. Like,
So
like
Vacation
just a
hotel
nice
sex
place.
is the best.
Yeah, and
Getting
then
out
just
of
go
your-
like get something like with a big bathtub and get like champagne and like roses or whatever you want to do and just or what's also kind of sexy too is that you can pretend like my boyfriend and I have talked about doing this.
Okay.
We haven't done it yet, where you pretend like you're a mistress meeting, like you're like someone that you're having an affair with.
Exactly. It's so hot, and maybe you meet up in the hotel room, or even you say, tonight when we come home, I'm your mistress.
Yes. And you could dress up. You could wear something different that you totally would never wear. I mean, maybe you try a wig.
Right.
I don't know.
It's so fun dressing up during sex,
Yeah.
and it's hot. You leave some of the clothes on. It's really sexy. And also, our thoughts and fantasies are a huge part of female arousal. So I think because Stacy got tripped up because she was finally able to orgasm while watching porn, she's now
Right.
attached to that experience.
Right.
So I think if she just says, honey, no TV tonight or no porn tonight, and then they do start this role playing, or maybe they reenact one of the scenes they've seen in the porn, or they talk
Exactly.
about their own, kind of like people do on your TV show.
Yeah.
They talk about what their fantasy is and they play it. I think that's all a good idea, because if the porn can become a problem, and I've been with guys too where we've watched it and I'm like, he's really watching that porn a lot. He's not like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've had that too.
She gets jealous.
I don't get, dude, I'm not a jealous person, but if that's all they're watching and they don't even know what I'm,
Yeah.
Pay
I'm not a
attention
jealous
to
person.
me.
I like a lot of attention, but I'm not typically a jealous person.
Yeah.
And I don't think that she's being unreasonable though, because I think a lot of women are sort of walk the line. They're like, I like they're watching porn, but I don't want him to be just only watching the porn.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's unhealthy to fixate on anything.
Exactly.
You were just talking about hotel sex. I got to
best.
mention this because we were talking about this earlier
Yes.
on the radio show that I do today. And there was this amazing hotel that we were talking about. It's called the Caesars Resort in the Poconos. And this is the place you got to shoot next. It looks crazy. They have a big champagne glass in your hotel room
Oh my God, let me see.
that you can hang out in. Look at how amazing.
Oh my
I don't know if you have to
God.
get a location
Oh my
release on
God.
that, but look how amazing that is.
That is amazing.
What's it called? Where is it?
Caesars Resorts in the
We
Poconos.
should tweet it or
Wow.
post it. Let me see.
there
Okay.
there's I have a friend of mine stayed at the MGM in the Google
The Google-
tower, the Google room,
Oh my God.
or something like that, and they had a champagne tub there. He said,
Really?
Wait,
yeah, he
can I
called me
take-
from there.
wait.
He's like, you want to shoot? You're so bad.
Yeah.
You know you do.
I just took a picture of what you sent it to me.
Yes.
I
yes.
know. Yeah, thank you. That's
right.
really cool. I mean, I did. Wait, Madison, what I just did a thing on hotel sex for some
Vacation sex.
Yeah, but what was the hotel sex quotes for? Your tango?
No, it's Huffington Post.
Huffington Post. And then I have a new column for Harper's Bazaar that's coming out, I think, next week online. And I did one on vacation sex. Because there is something to be said about switching up your location. When you're with someone and you're only having sex in the bedroom, and a lot of people that can't afford a hotel, then go on your back porch or dog sit for a friend and go in their house. I mean, or go in the living room. Just try to change up your location. You know, it's just important to like mix it all up.
Yeah.
I want to have sex in that champagne glass.
In your
next.
car.
Do it.
In the car, it's hot.
I gave my boyfriend a
Unexpected.
hand job in the car the other day while he was driving.
Right? That's
Nice.
awesome. How's that
Why
to
not?
see, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit and safer than Roadhead.
Yeah, a lot safer, especially since I was driving.
Oh, nice.
That would have been a disaster.
Oh, you're like multitasker.
Well, we were in traffic.
Yeah,
All right,
I get
good.
it. You know, traffic in LA.
Yeah.
That's why I was so
We were
happy.
on the 405 for a very long time.
I'm so happy because the magic wand, I was just talking about this, but they become rechargeable now. You know the magic wand, of course.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And now they just came out rechargeable.
Yes.
Did you know this? So
Yes.
now I'm like, well, you can use it in traffic. I was saying this in my show the other day. They're like, that's really dangerous. I'm like, well, okay, I'm just saying, but you don't need the plug anymore. Because it could be...
This is why we need self-driving cars to come out faster.
That
He's
is what I've been
Menace is
saying.
obsessed with them.
Oh my god! So like, since self-driving cars has like been a thing that they've been testing, I go, Emily, how awesome would it be like if I'm just gonna program my car to drive to Vegas on the way, and then you're just having sex in the backseat of the
I
car.
know.
She's like, that's not safe. I'm like,
No,
dude,
it's
fucking
safer than me
scientists
driving,
make
though,
the
'cause
car.
I'm not a
It
good
should
driver.
be okay.
Right. No,
It's
you're
funny.
right.
It's funny that you're thinking like you're having sex in the back of the car
Yeah.
the whole way. I'm thinking like I could read in the back of the car the whole way. I'm like I could do work over. Like
Yeah,
I'm like
yeah,
You're
we
right,
could do
though.
so many things. I would just take a nap.
I've been
'cause
so
I'm
into
boring.
Uber lately. Like I wasn't that into Uber because I was like, I like to have my car. I always
Yeah.
need everything in it, and I didn't have a car for a week because I was was in service, and I love it because I can sit, I can chill, I arrive calm.
And then there's that moment when you realize that like getting an Uber is actually cheaper than like paying for
Yeah,
parking,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
in LA, like especially if you're going to like West Hollywood or something.
Right.
Like
I
it'd be
want
like
it.
$20
Yeah.
to park for like
Totally.
an
I'm getting
hour.
rid of my car.
And I can drink. It's fun.
I know, dude. Right? It's the best.
Now there's no reason to not start drinking at
Right.
10 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or now.
Also,
yeah.
I don't know if you've been hearing all the articles lately, but Uber drivers are getting laid all the time now.
Shut up.
Swear to God.
No, dude. How
Yeah.
did we not heard this?
I had an Uber driver actually hit on me. He was driving me on Valentine's Day to a restaurant
yeah.
to meet my boyfriend
Oh.
for dinner. And he texted me afterwards and said that he found me really attractive and asked if I
But
wanted
did
to
you
go out
say
with
you
him.
were on your way to meet your boyfriend? or
Yes.
anything? Oh, you did?
See, this
oh,
is
okay.
inappropriate because they
That's
do have your
inappropriate.
personal
It's so
information.
inappropriate.
You're like,
No,
I'm
did
out
he
of your
text you
car,
through the
our
app or text you on
relationship-
your phone?
No,
He
because
texted me on the phone.
Oh,
'cause they
really?
have my-
Wow.
yeah,
that's
they get my
inappropriate
number.
because you get out of your Uber car,
Oh,
like
so
our relationship
inappropriate.
is over. Like you just got paid,
Yeah.
my credit card billed you,
Yeah.
you got money. We're
If I didn't
out.
bring it up in the car, I'm not interested now.
That's weird. I wonder. I mean,
That's
I've
crazy.
had them. I'm usually on the phone or busy, but I don't want that to happen. That's a little invasion of privacy.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
well, and the thing was is that I kind of wanted to complain about him, but he picked me up from my house. So I was like, oh, so he knows where I live. and I was
that's
like,
true.
I'm
We're
just gonna,
so trusting of this too, because like
Yeah.
it's like everyone's an Uber driver. now.
Yeah.
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 Well, I
Okay,
kind of
so-
walk down the street just in case.
Oh, that's smart.
They might.
You're so smart. Okay, Holly. What else? So we want to talk about. People should check out your movie coming out, Adult DVD Empire.
Yes,
movie.
that's the distributor.
The distributor, and Playboy TV Adult Film School. Is that on for another? You had 3 seasons. Congratulations, by the way,
Thank
because
you.
that's not easy.
Well, the
in
third
television.
the third season just finished, and the 4th season is going to be airing sometime later this year. I don't know when yet. They
Well,
haven't
I think
given
it's
me
a great
date.
concept. I think it's a
Thank
great
you.
show. So congratulations, and you can find you Holly Randall, and that's Randall,
Yes.
and that's at Holly Randall on Twitter and Instagram and your website.
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Thank
It's been
you.
super fun. And I also, thank you, Menace.
Thank you.
And I also wanted to say, which I forgot to say at the beginning, that I am now teaching monthly workshops at Hustler Hollywood. I started, I taught my blowjob workshop. No,
I saw pictures on your
The
Instagram.
first one was
The first one was How to Blow His Mind.
How to Blow His Mind, and the other one was Masturbation Month. And this one now is going to be monthly, and this one is called Going Down with Emily. It's a workshop all about improving your oral sex skills for men and for women. It is Tuesday, June 23rd from 7:30 to 9 at Hustler Hollywood, and you can RSVP at HHRSVP at LFP.com. That's like Larry Flint Productions, LFP.com, to save your seat. And we have a blast because, first of all, Menace, there were listeners there that, because I haven't done a lot of public stuff over the years. It's not because I'm like a hermit. I'm on the radio all the time. I'm doing
Right.
this. But someone who's listening since Free FM.
Oh,
Literally
wow.
like 10 years ago. And I was like, oh my God. So people come in and
crazy.
even we've never met. Just come. It's fun. Then we go shopping for toys in the store after. I give you advice. We hang. It's chill. We have drinks, snacks. So come join me there.
You have charts? I saw charts
Chinks.
in the photo.
Oh, I made a vulva.
Yeah.
And I was pointing out all the different parts. So people
And they have
knew.
a great little like cafe there too.
I
So
know.
I've been to a lot of events there.
Have you? You
Yeah.
should come. They have great. You live in this area, right? Or do you live in New York? Okay.
I live in West LA.
That's right. Okay. Good. You should come. It's a good time. They do. What do they have? The jizz drink?
They're canceling their cafe, actually. Yeah, that guy had
That's-
listened to me bitch about it last time. I was like, "Where's my chocolate jizz drink?" And
Oh, I
he was
love the
kinda
name.
bummed. Yeah, you yielded him too, actually.
I did?
You called him out. You're like, "She wants her dark and dirty chai." And he
Oh, I'm
was like-
pissed. But anyway, we're going to have drinks for you and stuff like that. And also, thank you, Madison, producer Madison. Thank you, Lori, intern, for producing a great show. Thank you, Menace, for being here and being so fabulous. Thank
Always.
you, Holly.
Thank you.
And everyone, what else do I have to tell you? Oh, follow me. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's all Sex with Emily. And thanks so much for listening. Was it good for you? Email me, feedback@sexwithemily.com. Okay, peeps, here's the thing. I know a lot of you want to last a little longer in bed, or you just want to have better sex all around. And there is an orgasm gap. Women take, okay, I'm going to ask my guest here, Holly. I know you're rocking out, but real quick, how long do you think it takes a woman to orgasm on average? You probably know this.
Oh man, God,
And it can be a
depends on
long
the girl.
span, I know.
It can be a while. It can be like a good 15 minutes or something.
That's short. 15 to 40, 15 to 30?
I don't, I mean, the girls that I work with, they're not always orgasming for real.
Right, exactly. They're fake orgasms. But typically for a woman, it's like between 15 and 40. And for men, it's like 6 and 8. So promescent actually closes the arousal gap so you guys can come together. Or at least you can wait until she goes. Promescent is a quickly absorbing delay spray that allows you to have the sex you want. It's the only FDA approval for premature ejaculation. Or if you just want to last longer in bed, check it out. Go to promescent.com. That's PROMESCENT.com. Thanks for listening.
You know, when people start having public conversations with the psychotic voices in their own heads, well, you either get them a straitjacket or a podcast. For Phil Hendry, we chose podcast. Hi, this is Phil Hendry. Which seems to be the right decision, because since the world of Phil Hendry debuted at Podcast One, his audience has doubled. Or was that the number of weird characters in his head? Well, I hope you're not referring to me. You better not be referring to me. Download a new episode of The World of Phil Hendry every friggin' day. I thought it'd be interesting. Right here at podcastone.com. That's podcastone.com.